Hey, kid,
Yeah, boss?
if I don't say it enough,
Yeah?
you're terrible at this job.
Hey, come on. You know, sometimes you really just make...
Roll the tape of Buzz Aldrin punching that dude in the face.
French cat play, baby.
The smell of the candle and the pumpkin is very important in my childhood. Pope, Ripley, and honestly, I can't wait to get to number 3.
You want to keep the kids away from the devil.
Oh, yeah.
And the devil comes out.
Afraid to see what I do with that click thing.
Yeah, nobody could be trusted with that.
No.
I never actually saw the movie, full disclosure. But
I feel like I'd press rewind or fast forward one too many times and I'd just be homeless.
I feel like that tech...
I mean, let's face it, man. Anyway.
I feel like that tech could go wrong in a lot of ways. I feel like it's not very resilient. I feel like you hit fast forward a couple times. Like a regular remote doesn't work most of the time.
And you hope you have like a cool dude like walking to go see, but I don't think everybody gets that luxury that gets the remote, right?
No, some people have to go to talk to Jon Lovitz.
Some people have to get Lovitzed.
Nobody wants to get Lovitz.
I would get Lovitzed, actually.
Yeah. John, if you're out there, come on down by the studio.
And I would love him to stop by so we could reenact Click with him.
Yeah, come on, Lovitz. You will play Walken. I'm going to play Sandler.
I would say you don't have a lot of bigger things on your plate than reenacting Click with some of the 3 best guys I know.
Are you starting beef with Lovitz? Is that what's happening here?
No, I love Lovitz. I'm inviting him.
Are we feuding with Lovitz?
Creasy, I was doubling the invite.
Lovitz can go. He's invited to go fuck himself. How about that?
Oh, no.
If you're out there, Lovitz, I'm saying it down the barrel. Fuck Lovitz. This.
Not me, Lovitz.
No, he did beat the shit out of Andy Dick, didn't he? He could probably just show up and just fucking whoop.
I mean, that doesn't sway me one way or another. To be honest with you, like I'm like, oh, I still love Lovitz.
I just mean I don't know if I could take him. I think he might show up and just start kicking the door and fucking start taking.
I think
names.
you can take Lovitz at this point. If we could bring up a picture of Lovitz right now just to see what he looks like.
Yeah, but put a picture of me right beside it because I don't look much better. So I don't know.
I believe, Greasy, that honestly, and I know that none of us here are Kumite trained fighters, but I will say that I feel like you could beat up Jon Lovitz.
I'd put that fight out. I'm throwing that out there right now, internet. If you're out there, Lovitz.
Oh, we doing that internet boxing thing? Lovitz White?
Me and Love. The people have been clamoring for Lovitz White.
You're gonna make me spill again, you Ronald.
I think Lovitz White's a pretty good fight.
Oh my God,
Lovitz
White. 2024, Lovitz White?
Yeah. We'll do it in that big sphere in Las Vegas.
Jake Paul, if you're out there, look at me here. Jake Paul, if you're out there, Lovitz White, 2024. Let's make it happen.
Can we get some stats on Lovitz? How old, tall, and fat is Lovitz?
Yeah, Otter, can we get some stats on Johnny the Lovitz?
Absolutely working on it. We got Jon Lovitz, born July 21st, 1957, age 66.
I was born July 22nd.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
the Battle of July!
Yeah. So he's
Wait,
old.
what's your sign?
We're both of us are right on the cusp. We're Cancers.
Cancers. What's the thing for that?
Crab.
Oh, put a big crab on the poster.
Put a big crab.
Put a big crab on the poster.
A big red crab and a big blue crab.
Crab v. crab.
Crab v. crab.
So he's 26 years older than me. That's definitely in my favor.
He's 1.78 meters.
Oh, I don't know. What am I? European?
What do you mean?
I don't know.
What the fuck does that mean?
He's like 5'10".
5'10"?
I'm like 5'10", maybe 5'11".
That's a good sign.
Okay.
And you have how many years? 22?
I got 26 years on him.
26 years on him? Yeah, I think the rule is if it's 25 years, you can beat that person. 25 years,
anyway.
you can beat that person up mostly.
And I mean, Jon Lovitz isn't like
Unless you're like a trained fighter, don't at me.
Yeah, I was gonna say Jon Lovitz. It's not like fighting Floyd Mayweather or something.
Exactly.
Like
Floyd's gonna work you.
Yeah, Jon Lovitz.
Till the day he dies,
is,
Floyd's never gonna lose to you, Grease. Or
No.
me.
That's fair. And I'm not calling out Floyd. I'm calling out Lovitz.
Floyd, you got nothing to do with this.
I got no beef with Floyd.
Show yourself the door, Floyd.
You stay home, Floyd.
This
But
is
Lovitz.
Lovitz White 2024.
We're going to Boone County. Me and Lovitz are gonna fucking fight it out.
Boone County.
It's gonna
Lovitz
be great.
White.
I think I could take Lovitz. I think we're probably about the same weight. I feel like we're in the same weight category. I don't think he'll put that online, but I bet Lovitz about 250.
He's gonna wear that suit too when you beat his ass.
Okay, we're boxing in suits. We're both wearing suits.
You're gonna get a suit, eh?
I'd buy a suit to fight Lovitz.
Yeah.
You don't own a suit?
I think I did, but then I lost it in a move somewhere.
By the way, I
so
didn't know that before. I just straight on went out on a limb and
Just assumed. You assumed correctly.
Oh, you could
I got a
beat
blazer.
Lovitz up. I don't know though. Lovitz may be a little bit of a psycho, eh?
Man, he throws hands for sure.
He's thrown more hands than me. I bet he's a more experienced fighter than I am.
Now that I'm looking at him, I'm like, Lovitz might come out in a leather jacket and
I'll tell you what Lovitz is going to come out in his goddamn body bag after I fucking put him in one.
that's the kind of talk.
You heard that,
we need to
Lovitz?
get
You heard that,
doing.
Lovitz?
That's what we need to start doing. That kind of shit talk. Yeah, Lovitz.
Don't show up in Boone County. You
Not
fucking
a
won't walk
chance.
out of it. You'll be carried out of
Absolutely.
it. Yeah.
I'm trying to find if he has siblings, but there is zero information on that.
Oh,
except
we're
for
not
his
worried
sister.
about family.
Just
We're
that
not worried about family, Otto.
No,
this
I
isn't
just
about
mean if he
family.
grew up in a family of boys, he for sure they all beat each other up versus.
I grew up with a brother,
Buddy,
too.
I
What the
grew up
fuck?
with two brothers, and I'm a fucking plebe. When it comes to fighting, like, get the fuck out of here. Two brothers. I just know what it feels like to get the shit kicked out of me.
Yeah, you know who else is going to know how that feels? Jon Lovitz.
Lovitz 2024. Lovitz White.
It's white. 1 man, 2 man enter, 1 man leaves.
Hey, Jake Paul, are you listening?
All right, here's the deal.
Yep.
You get to pick one animal. This animal you can communicate with. You can talk back and forth mentally, telepathically. Communicate with. It pretty much does whatever you want it to do. It's kind of like your little, it's like a little robot helper you got. You can basically just whatever you need him to do.
Was it an animal or a robot?
Yeah, familiar. Yeah,
He's your familiar.
He's a real animal.
You're a wizard, and he's your familiar.
Yeah. That's
Guys, I fucking really hate that you assume that I know that lingo, and it's insane. He's a familiar?
it's witch talk. He's getting witchy over there.
Yeah. Okay. A familiar is like an animal that like wizards or sorcerers or witches have, and it's an animal they have a connection with that they can communicate through and cast spells through.
That's a nice little thing, and I get it. Just why the fuck would I know that? You fucking familiar?
I mean, I feel like you've read a book, maybe, hopefully.
Well,
no,
let's
not
figure
those
stuff.
kinds.
Not the nerd shit.
Yeah, I don't read ones that have big fires and dragons on the front of them there, Otter.
Nice.
And you know what I gotta say? I think it's great that you're into that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I feel like if we met 15 years ago, you would have been beating the shit out of me.
No, I don't fight.
All right, listen. Forget all that nerd shit he said. You got an animal
My
buddy.
wife is a nerd, and I love nerds. Go ahead.
I don't listen, don't bring that.
Otter's a
up here.
nerd. I love Otter. We're fine. Otter, you're doing great, by the way.
Thanks, homie.
Jesus Christ! I hate this positive horseshit. He
Yeah, I
does
got
whatever
an
he
animal
wants.
buddy, and it's my familiar.
He's your familiar. You're familiar with him, but hopefully not fucking. I still can't get over famously Jewish, by the way. I'm still having a hard time with that. It's just such a. Anyway, you get an animal, he'll do whatever you want. You get to talk to him. It's not just like tasks. He's also like a companion.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can hang out with him. What animal you picking?
Can I ask a couple questions, or did I just got to pick an animal?
No. I want you to get comfy in this. I don't want you to make a rash choice.
Uh,
End up with an otter just because you're trying to make up to otter. I have a little otter
I
friend.
have to say off the top, Otters.
Because I already have a little otter
I mean,
friend.
are we talking?
Love to have another otter
Otter's
friend.
obviously the Michael Jordan of this conversation. No. Here's the question. My life is the same, right? So that like,
He could make it better
Yeah.
if you choose a cool animal.
no. But
Like, you
my
don't drive, you could pick a horse.
no. My life stays the same in this situation, right? I just have this familiar hanging around.
Yeah, you don't have any superpowers, man. You got to make do with whatever you can with it.
So I would have to say a cat.
Okay. We just wanna hang out,
Because
talk to a
cats
cat.
are like the only animal I'm even around a good amount. So like,
Well, no, we give you an animal. We ship one in.
yeah,
he
but
shows
like,
up in a
how
crate.
practical is like? Look, if I can pick any animal and like be in a situation, if you're asking what my favorite animal is, I'm gonna tell you.
No. But like you get to like tell the animal acts decent. Like if you had a fucking gazelle in your house, he'd be like hanging out with you on the couch watching TV and stuff.
Yeah, but like, can you take that gazelle out and like walk around with them and stuff? Like,
Yeah.
you gotta like
Yeah.
look
People
out.
will look at you.
You
weird.
drop this gazelle off from your familiar land and your magical land crease. I want to know, like, do I still have to like look after this gazelle? What are we talking for food budget right now? If my life doesn't change, I don't have a lot of food to just be feeding a giant animal like this. I love hyenas. I can't have one of those guys living in my apartment crease. I mean, the raw meat budget alone is going to be insane.
Well, I mean, you put them to work. You get them to like sneak in and steal meat and shit.
I can't.
You can communicate with him. You could literally tell him exactly what you want him to do. And be like, yo, go into that fucking...
They can't arrest a hyena.
They
Hyena
can
goes in and
kill
steals
it.
stuff.
They will kill it.
But you get them back in your van, you drive off.
I don't have a van. You said my life stays the same. It's just me with my electric bike and a hyena.
Use your hyena to get a van.
If your familiar dies, you can do it in 48 hours. He comes back.
Look, I just think here's my thing. Like I don't understand the question because the things you're saying to me is like get the hyena to steal the van. Okay, like I guess in that case, I still just I love hyenas, but I think I still just want a cat that I can hang around with and have a couple actual laughs.
Tish, you know I love you, but that's the most boring answer I've ever heard.
Well, hyena is my actual
Okay.
cool hyped up answer.
What about like a polar bear? Then you
Yeah,
just
these
fucking-
animals don't hurt you.
Yeah, they're on your side. You just get
It's
to.
your buddy. You can do.
I like hyenas. When you guys offer me up polar bear, I'm like, no, hyena on top of that for sure. Like, does polar bear like win out?
Against hyenas for sure.
Polar bear's the
Well,
kills
yeah.
everything.
No, but what's your choice?
Me,
guess?
I would pick a crow.
Oh, this motherfucker talking. What?
See, I was gonna go with eagle. Similar kind of
Eagle's
idea.
very
but-
cool. Crow is like more like discreet. Like,
Yeah.
you could teach a crow to just pick up all of the electronics and watches and cash. Be like,
Where? From where?
I'd move to Toronto.
And then he just picks them up from where in Toronto?
Just on the street, he's a crow. And then somebody drops their phone, like pulls their wallet up, puts it on the counter, he just snags it, brings it back to my place.
And then
Drops
so
it in the
you're literally just collecting like crow wallets and watches.
Yeah,
And
basically you basically use him like a metal detector.
my hyena
You're
is
going to
gonna.
the
My
beach.
hyena's at
He's
least
a
gonna
metal
get up to
detector
some
that flies.
shit. Are you kidding me? That's not a boring answer. This motherfucker's gonna be collecting $200 worth of merch every month. My hyena's gonna get me arrested within a week. Are you kidding me?
Okay, I also do photography. I could be like, yo, go scout out Peggy's Cove right now and tell me what it looks like. He'd come back in 15 minutes, be like, tonight's gonna be a good night. And I'll be like, thanks, and I'll drive out there.
That's a practical thing.
That also feels like you just pay a dude to do that. Like I don't think you really need a crow.
Yeah,
You just
that's
be
still
like,
pay my
it's
crow,
still
he pays
no
me.
it's still it doesn't stand up at all against my story of when I order pizza and my hyena viciously attacks the guy who drops it
You leave the pizza.
I'm like, I can't control this thing. He was dropped off as a familiar.
buddy, I'm telling you, you go to a job interview with a goddamn polar bear that like just hangs out with you and just kind of looks over your shoulder.
Yeah.
God damn.
Unless you want
You're
a
gonna
job
get
as
it.
a
I mean,
biologist.
again, Creasy, what world are we living in? You're getting escorted out.
Not by who?
Well,
Security
somebody's
guard?
gonna be. Well, you're not gonna get that job. They're not
Well,
gonna
first
be
of all, I'm definitely getting
unless
the-
it's at Coca-Cola. You're definitely getting the job at Coke. If you walk in with a polar bear, they're like, "Oh, you just own the place then."
I bet I get a spot on Fallon. Hey, I got this polar bear does whatever I want him to do.
Yeah.
Get him out there, do some tricks. I could become pretty famous. I'm just doing with a polar bear. The people interview a dude who's just got a polar bear around him all
Well, I
the
mean,
time.
the big money trick would be like if you can communicate with this familiar. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like you could just do like you could do crazy like hustles like sideshow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so what you're describing right now, Pete, is exactly what the Russians used to do to regular brown bears. So they told.
damn.
So
First of all, it's not exactly what I
Oh
described.
my God,
you
Greasy,
said I'm
you're
gonna
a
go to Fallon
monster.
and get this bear
Greasy,
to do
you're
whatever
a
I want.
monster.
These-
He's a monster, everybody. Is this what you brought this up for, Greasy, to show us this awful video of these hilarious
No.
bears?
No, this is
So-
a me video.
Hold on now. You're being nice to Otter so that you can be mean to me? Is that what's going on here?
I know, I'm really trying to work out the balance here, guys. Sorry, as you'll see it on I'm like, we'll figure it out.
You're
I'm
just
no
mad because you
hero.
picked hyena. And it's a
I brought it
shitty
back to
animal.
hilarious bears. I'm still back.
So the Russians taught bears how to play ice hockey and
Ice
strap-
You
Hockey?
definitely said
Ice
ice
hockey.
cocky. You 100% said
What
ice
is this
cocky.
game you're about to
It's-
show?
It starts as hockey and then they all fuck each other.
Bunch of
No,
bears
no,
sliding
stop trying
out-
to just push
bunch of
over this.
bears sliding
Yeah.
out with boners.
Big old bonus, just ice cocking each
The
other.
Russians love this.
So
It's a national sport over
they,
here.
they strap ice skates to bears.
That's terrible.
And then they put hockey sticks in their mitts.
Oh
and then
my
they get them
God.
to play hockey, and there's literal hockey fights, and then human referees break it up. So that's what you're going to Fallon with.
First of all, I'm taking a polar bear. It's
You
much
guys so
bigger and
pumped
much
to
more
go to
impressive.
Fallon with this bear.
Well, I just picked Fallon. Any late night show. The point is, like, get something. I'm get some heat behind me because I got a bear who just does what I want him to do.
This guy's looking for the Fallon bear heat right now.
I'm going on to promo my Lovitz fight.
You were going to
Win
say
the
Love It's White 2024. Crab sign in the back of it. Pete will be bringing a bear.
I'm gonna have a bear with me. That's gonna be intimidating. Who's
So what
Lovitz
kind of
gonna
bear
have?
did you decide on? Polar bear?
Polar bear. It's the biggest predator on the planet.
But they're not looking good lately, Crease. You know that.
It's also not great in the heat, so that's gonna be a problem. But I'm not great in the heat either, so
Yeah.
You just have to move somewhere moderately
Yeah,
cold.
you guys will be getting along pretty good.
I think we got a lot of the same diet. We got a lot of the same activities.
Yeah, you'll be.
You eat a lot of raw seal.
Oh yeah. Me and the polar bear are gonna hang out, just be killing some.
You don't have to buy groceries anymore. He just brings you birds and small animals.
Yeah. I love
it.
birds and small animals.
Again, you don't like just because he's a familiar. It's not going to make you want to eat raw birds and animals.
Me and him just
He's
hanging
going to be
out.
bringing that stuff
Raw
back and
birds.
eating it, but he's just going to be able to tell you about it. He's going to be like, I got to tell you, man, I love just like catching like an old weasel in the rocks and just eating that thing raw. And you're gonna be like, I actually hate that I can hear this. This sucks. Do you mind if I just leave this carcass in the garbage? Like, that's pretty fucking gross, there, polar bear.
Did I tell you my lady's pick? She had a good pick.
Okay.
She picked an orangutan.
Okay.
Because
She
you probably
loves tang.
yeah, because she's a big tang lady. That's
she loves
that's what
orange
she
juice.
said. She said I want some sweet tang, so I pick orangutan. Otter, making her sound like a fucking frat boy.
It's all right. I think you're doing great today.
Her really well. I hate you so much. I'm gonna dedicate a half pound to the soon-to-be deceased Jon Lovitz in 2024.
2024. Love it's white.
Lovitz White. Get your tickets now.
Get your tickets now.
You're just saying what I'm saying.
I'm just echoing you. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
No problem. I just want to sort of.
It's a cool effect.
It is a cool effect.
I like it.
You
gonna
can
be
do it
great.
forever.
I'm gonna be thinking about that when you're behind me, slap me around in my robe. While we're talking slaps, I do want to talk Will Smith for a minute
Okay.
because this has just gotten a bit much.
Yeah.
This
Our beloved Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
I grew up loving Will Smith. I think you did as well. Yes.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Independence Day.
Independence Day is one of my favorite movies ever. Still
Amazing
holds up.
stuff.
Do you have affinity for Will Smith?
I Am Legend was sick.
Okay.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, obviously.
Did you watch
incredible.
Fresh Prince?
Yeah. Like,
Okay.
I watched it as a child, and then I rewatched it at university. It holds up.
Okay.
I'll say this, you're
Super
wrong.
team
It doesn't hold up. He definitely sexually harasses a woman in every episode verbally.
Yeah.
And I love it. But he barks at women all the time.
Yeah.
Barks at woman. I'm going to cut that out starting a couple seconds before this. Barks at woman is out. Go ahead, Chris.
I'm very confused now.
Just barks at woman. I'm starting to like it. Barks at woman.
The episode.
Before we get into it, can I? Jeffrey really made me sad.
You didn't like Jeffrey?
Rewatching it made me sad that this man dedicated his whole life to this family. He was just taking shots at him the whole time, being a butler. It seems like a shitty life.
Did you watch the new Fresh Prince?
No,
There's a new Fresh Prince.
Yeah, they
it's
remade
called
it.
Bel-Air.
it's a drama. It's not the. There's
It
not
was
a
based
fun
off a
thing.
student film that was made that was just a trailer, and the trailer was dope as fuck. The show, yeah, we'll move on. Anyway, Chris,
Point is, I hate to see what's happening to Will Smith,
me too.
but every week is a new goddamn story.
Yeah.
Like, it's to the point that you could tell me pretty much anything at this point about Will Smith and I believe it.
And that's not to say we condone slapping people either, but
Don't
you
condone
got to
any of that.
admit, after the slap, it's just been a bunch of slaps for old Smitty.
Like, it's to the point that if remember the old gerbil story from back in the day? I can't remember. who it
Richard
was.
Gere.
Richard Gere.
Hey there, I just realized some people may not be familiar with the gerbil story, so if you have never heard it, for some reason in the late 90s, everybody knew that Richard Gere liked to put gerbils in his butt, and one time he put a gerbil so far up his butt that he had to go to the hospital because he needed a doctor's help to get the gerbil out of his butt. That's real. That's a real story, and I still think it's true.
I'd believe that about Will Smith right now. You told me he's a guy who likes having a gerbil in his asshole.
Oh, that's light of
That's-
what I believe of Will Smith right now. If somebody told me the gerbil story about Will Smith, I'd say, and then what? That's not a whole story with Will Smith right now. Are you kidding me?
For sure, unless Jada was up there just poking it in.
Yeah, Jada lit it on fire first, then shot it out of a potato gun in his B-U-T.
Jada cosplaying a gerbil.
Absolutely.
I would believe Jada had a gerbil launcher and shot it into his
She was
asshole.
dressed up like that gerbil from the fucking Blockbuster commercials. And then she shot a flaming gerbil up his butt, and that's how they used to do it. I believe that right now.
Yeah, 100%. He's in flaming gerbil territory.
We're talking flaming gerbil territory, and
I
that's
would-
not a good place to be.
No, man. I wouldn't be surprised to hear that someone walked in and the gerbil, like he was bottoming for the gerbil.
Yeah.
Gerbil's just pounding him from behind.
Just just the biggest gerbil you can get, which is not that big.
Not that big. You
Not
still
that
probably
big.
wouldn't even know it. It's more of a
Weird
mental
looking
thing.
situation.
Yeah, you're not getting a lot of physical out of it. It's more of a mental thing, just knowing
Yeah.
the gerbil's giving it to you.
It's more of a connection between you and your flaming gerbil.
100%.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't doubt they found him on the set of Stuart Little, bottoming for Stuart Little.
Yeah, they come in there like, Little, you're in gerbil. Yeah, you gotta get out of here. Really, it's just not the movie that you have in mind.
100%. I believe that he was in touch with aliens.
You're a
too.
good looking gerbil, just not tonight.
It's not that you're not hot,
Yeah.
gerbil wise. It's
But
just
yeah,
that-
I mean, there is,
I'm
if
a
you,
human.
at this point, it's not that anything's believable, but anything is like, I mean, you have to listen to it.
I love it and hate. Like I hate it because I love Will Smith, but I love it because at this point, fuck him.
Yeah, it's famous people, right?
Exactly, burn them all to the
You
ground.
sign on the dotted line with their blood.
He's a Scientologist too, isn't he? Or something.
Is
Take
Will Smith a sign? No.
He's they're all part of the baby eating cult.
Yeah, the baby eaters.
You see me out there, Hollywood? I don't care, I'll say it.
I feel like he may have missed the absolute classic time for Halifax racism.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It wasn't racism at the time. They didn't call it that.
No. Looking back on it
Who
now,
is this guy?
It's not a guy.
hindsight is 2020. We're going to need you to look up a little restaurant called Alfredo
Weinstein
and
Ho. This was a popular restaurant back in probably the 80s, 90s. And
let's
these
just
commercials were
say
everywhere.
probably wouldn't have made it past the Me Too movement.
It's where Kai Brady's is now?
I don't know where it was. I've never been to it.
It's like it was like down closer to the water.
But it was a restaurant. I only know it from the commercials.
There was a place called Mother Tucker's around at the time.
Oh,
too.
yeah. I remember Mother Tuckers.
Tucker's used to have a decent little lunch buffet,
Yeah, M-Tux.
some roast,
M-Tuck Shyamalan's.
Tuck Shyamalan's.
Yeah.
Twist ending every time.
That was actually pork.
Jesus.
I hope we can show the people what you're looking at right now because it is shocking when you first see it.
This is what you were talking about?
Yeah,
This is
dude.
a restaurant called
Dude, this
Alfredo
wasn't that long ago.
Weinstein and Ho.
But these guys used to run out in the middle of like Halifax Citadel's games.
Just so you understand from top to bottom, Alfredo is the Italian guy, Weinstein is a Jewish guy, and Ho is a Chinese guy. So it's a restaurant that served Italian,
It's a fusion restaurant.
Jewish, and Chinese
Just
food.
trying to promote friendship?
And
It's a shame that it was so racist because those guys were really good friends.
yeah, they were great, and they had a great time together. But they shouldn't have made the Chinese guy pull the rickshaw.
No.
I feel like I don't know
That's
who
a bit
should have.
far.
I don't know. That is a bit of a riddle. Which in that I think the Italian guy should pull the rickshaw.
I think they could have.
I think maybe
gotten
they
a
could
coffee.
rotate through.
Maybe they did rotate, and this was the only time that they caught a picture.
They
was
caught a
when the-
picture of
Oh no, there's a second photo, and it's still
Still Chinese guys doing the
pretty
rickshaw.
bad.
yeah, still pretty bad.
Oh my God!
Oh,
Look at
that's
those
incredible.
guys.
That
Jesus
is
Christ!
incredible. It's. I mean, it's amazing.
That's
that it was like
where
that at the
you know
time.
what that is now. That's Freeman's, isn't it? Down
yeah,
on like
downtown?
Argyle or something downtown.
Yeah,
But the
that
ghosts
is-
of Alfredo
I thought
Weinstein and Ho still haunt the place.
Oh yes, and it is
They say every-
pretty awkward when they show up.
They
They're
say
like,
if-
guys, you can't do that anymore.
They say if you're there at 3:30 a.m. after the dome closes, if you sit close enough to the back and you listen very carefully, you can still hear Ho pull that rickshaw through
You can
Argyle
still
Street.
hear Ho's really racist accent that he's doing.
And occasionally you'll hear Alfredo say something not too PC towards him. Get out of here, Ho.
Pull this rickshaw, Ho!
Me and Weinstein are here hanging out. We're not making Weinstein pull the rickshaw. I don't know why, but that just feels like you can't.
This can't be real.
This was 100% real.
They look like they're having a good time.
They're having fun.
They're having fun, but it's it's a different time.
I feel like, yeah.
What's
Which one's which?
Well,
fucking asshole? You're a real piece of work. That is worthy of a rotten Ronald.
that is, yeah. I wouldn't normally condone a rotten Ronald, but that was a rotten Ronald.
Thank you.
Was the food delicious?
I never ate there, but I can only
Me neither.
assume
Well,
that
I think I
no.
may have eaten there, but I don't remember. It was pretty young.
I feel like any restaurant that does Italian, Jewish, and Chinese food probably doesn't do any of them that well.
Get out of here. Back in the 90s, they gave it an honest shot.
Yeah, I think they flew in the best chefs from Italy, Israel.
They
I
bring
guess,
them
and
together.
China.
Bring them together. That's a fucking... That's Barkley, Jordan, and Magic.
Here's a question.
Bird. What, you sub somebody in there.
Whoever Ho is.
You probably take Barkley out, too. I don't...
Do you think you could still use those mascots assuming that the actual owners were of those ethnicities.
So
God,
three-way
no.
partnership?
Still no.
Still no?
No.
No, because that means every time they put up an ad, they have to have like pictures of them in the ad being like, "We're cool with this. We're all right with this. Just so you know, this is actual Ho over here. This is Weinstein,
I swear that's his name. I don't know why.
Alfredo.
Italian.
Good to be here, but once again, this is fine. This is actually us.
Yeah, of course the Italian guy doesn't care.
What? We like big head mascots. They're classic. They are class. It's a classic attention getter. It's a big headed mascot, and once again, these are modeled after us. Ho! Ho! Tell him we're good with this, right? We're good with this.
Sorry, he's a little tired. He's pulling the rickshaw
I
all
mean,
day.
he's a rickshaw. Of the week. That was awesome. What do we got this week, Chris?
This week's treat of the week is something a little more exotic than what we're used to.
Okay, you got my attention.
Jesus, Otter just...
Otter's fucking got to do a belt tuck over there.
That was the sound of the old boner over the potato salad.
That's the sound of the boner working on the train.
Sound of the boner working on the train.
That's the sound of the boner working on the train.
You think trains just go on their own, but it's bonus, baby.
Oh man, that was awesome for treat of the week.
That's a treat of the week medley, right?
What do you? Oh my God, what do we got?
We're working with a little something called Hello Panda.
Hello, Panda.
Hello, Panda.
Hello, Panda.
Panda? What are you doing here, Panda? Are you some sort of familiar?
Panda's not a bad familiar.
That'd be a pretty hilarious familiar.
Yeah, I'd take Panda over Polar for sure.
Somebody's like, why'd you pick a panda bear? You're like, I know it's not going to fuck me.
Jesus. It's the only animal I could be sure.
Exactly.
Everything else, I'd always be a little nervous about.
Yep,
I can't believe we're sullying treat of the week with this kind of dirty talk. I don't
absolutely.
appreciate
Treat of the week's a holy place.
This is the one wholesome moment in the show.
This is a place of treats.
And Otter wants to talk about not fucking pandas. I want to talk about fucking pandas.
Put him in your fucking mouth.
Put them in your mouth. So we got, I couldn't get 3 flavors. They only
It's
had 2
okay.
this time. So we got a strawberry and a chocolate bite-sized Hello Pandas, which are described as, and I think you're going to like this too, Shane. We're going to do it ASMR style. Cream. It's actually creme, I think, because there's an accent
First
aigu.
of all, don't quit your day job. That's terrible ASMR. You just killed my ASMR boner there. I leaned in to the mic thinking that would be better, but it's not. But also, you gave me one whisper word and then just gave me. You just look at that. You just.
The first, let me show this to the camera. The first word's got like an accent aigu, and so I didn't know how. I needed to throw to Otter.
Accent grave.
How do you? Oh, fuck off.
Accent what?
Accent grave.
It's the other way, so I don't know
it's
that.
I can't
backwards.
even make that last noise that you just made with your throat and your mouth. Maybe I can. Let's have a try. Grave.
Yeah, you got almost.
No, that's
That
terrible.
sounds like a
an accent
city in
grave.
Eastern Europe,
I sound like such a white boy when I say grave.
as opposed to all the black French people say it.
Shout out to the black French people.
How do you pronounce the word C-R-E accent M-E?
Creme.
So it's a creme center cookies with a crunchy shell. I gave it the
I
ASMR.
hated how you said that so much.
Yeah, that.
It made it sound gross.
God. That sounded like
It
you.
sounded like you had creme in the back of
No,
your
it
throat.
sounded like you were.
I know.
It sounded like you were scraping old butter.
Yeah, I had a big load of creme in the back of my throat was the problem.
Dude,
You start with the chocolate. I'm going to start with the strawberry. Oh, they got a little panda stamped right in the old thing. Oh, they're crunchier than I expected. Even though it's fake crunchy shell, I didn't believe it.
Oh, strawberry's amazing.
Let me get in this shocky. I like this because it doesn't immediately make me feel like I'm going to get gout. All the other ones were very gout heavy.
Snowballs even?
No, some of them were alright. But it was too cloudy.
They're good.
Super awesome.
They're good.
I'll bring them next time.
Alright. What do we think? What do we think out of 5, Tish?
I mean, if I gotta rate them together,
Yeah, we're doing the whole overall thing.
yep. Out of 5, 3.
For both?
Yeah, I put them together. Let me give them a 3 overall.
I'm a bit of a sweetsman. So I usually like a little more sweet. Do you know what I mean? This is like, this feels like
Let's try
non-fat
strawberry
people
again?
sweets.
The strawberry didn't bring you back on the sweet? I thought the strawberry.
Strawberry's delicious. Strawberry is definitely my higher of the 2. The chocolate's a little underwhelming.
Chocolate gets good after a while, though. I feel like you can eat a lot of them because of how not sweet they are.
They're not overwhelming in any way.
I like that.
I give it a solid 3.5. No, I'm not allowed to give a half, am I? Goddamn.
Round up.
The 4 seems so high. No, I think I'd have to
Keep a standard.
I think I have to go 3.
Yep.
I get a 4. I love them so much.
Yeah, you're biased though.
Yeah. I like.
You can't even take your eyes off these right now.
No, I know.
This guy's a
Give
fiend.
me one of them strawberries.
I like the chocolate ones more than the strawberry ones.
Do you want more chocolates
Really?
on the table there?
Hit me with the
I
chocolate.
like the sound. It's right in front of you. It's it's like super light. You can have as many as you want. You don't feel like a bag of shit.
That is true.
Right?
I guarantee I could eat enough of these to feel like a bag of shit.
Ask
I
him
would
if you
also-
get a quick plussy, and I could be that plussy.
This is my plussy.
I'm the plussy,
That
Pierce.
couldn't sound more like a sex thing.
Pierce, I
That's
am.
what I was gonna say earlier. I was doing the fucking the boxing thing. I was like, you're behind him, slapping him up, like getting him amped for the fight. And you're like, you trying to fuck? Now you're going to a private Hampton
No,
suite
no.
with Pierce Brosnan
Let me tell you
for the
something.
night. And
Let me bring you
Just
back down to the
putting his
planet
plussy
Earth
out
here.
there.
Let me bring you back down to planet Earth here.
There's no more nice otter now.
I want to bring you back down to planet Earth here, from an adult's perspective, young sir. I was just wearing a turkey hat 15 minutes ago.
Put the pic of the turkey hat up here.
Let me just say this.
We're synchronized. We're doing the synchronized coughing event in the 2024
Oh,
Olympics.
absolutely. What were we fucking talking about?
Jesus Christ, you were going at him for something.
What was it? The plussies. And you were saying that me saying plussies, I never said that what you said sounded, oh, you trying to fuck him. I just immediately called you out for never watching a boxing movie. You were like, you're behind him, slapping him up and beating him around a bit, and you're yelling at him. We're like, what movie are you watching when somebody's doing that? That is what happened back then. And we'll rewind it right now.
I'll save you the time. I said it was really sexual because it
that's
was
what it
really
was.
gay and sexual. It sounded very much like you were describing a homoerotic scene.
I am good at writing those.
You're wearing a robe.
You're right.
He's standing right behind you.
Oh, God. We have a fucking few laughs. Honestly, after a couple rounds with you boys, my chest is tight. Tell me we got that.